Imagine you have a protective order against your neighbor. Not only do you have to live next to them and see them every day, but you're threatened by them too. And let me tell you, neighbor disputes can get ugly. In a recent arrest, a 52-year-old man was arrested for violating an order of protection against his neighbor. According to police, while drunk, he was yelling at his neighbor's front door while exposing himself, and the neighbor began recording him on her doorbell camera. While this might sound like something out of a comedy movie, it has very serious consequences, because now the neighbor is pressing charges and the defendant is charged with violating an order of protection. Over the next few minutes, I'm going to break down what Tennessee law says about violating an order of protection and the consequences associated with it. My name is Andrew Beasley, and I'm your Tennessee criminal defense lawyer. If you or someone you know has been charged with a crime, please check out my other content or visit my website. Mr. Nagy, in this situation, is charged with violating an order of protection. Now, the order of protection was filed against him by his neighbor, and often orders of protection filed by a neighbor or someone that you are not in a domestic relationship with can be much harder to obtain in court. We don't know all the details of the order of protection Mr. Nagy's neighbor filed against him, but once it has been granted, it is a Class A misdemeanor punishable by 11 months, 29 days jail and a $2,500 fine to violate that order of protection. I think this case reiterates how important it is to fight an order of protection when you have the opportunity to do so. A lot of people do not want to fight an order of protection when they are initially filed. They think, I don't want to have contact with the person anyway. I will just agree to an order of protection. However, in a case like this, you see why just agreeing to an order of protection is a bad idea. As a practical matter, when an order of protection is filed against you by someone who you are not in a domestic relationship with, the conditions to file an order of protection are very limited to things like stalking, human trafficking, sexual exploitation, or sexual assault. In this particular case, Mr. Nagy was charged with the offense of stalking, and the order of protection against him was granted. If Mr. Nagy did in fact violate the judge's order, then the court is not going to be very happy with the violation. If I were defending Mr. Nagy in his case, when you're in a hole, stop digging. He already had charges, he already had a dispute going on between his neighbor. We've all dealt with neighbor disputes, and they can be contentious. But my goodness, while the case is pending, while there's an order of protection, he has to abide by the strict letter of it. And now, at least according to the Metro Nashville Police Department, he has pretty clearly violated the order. We often see this in our practice. Sometimes clients come to us where they've already agreed to an order of protection. We can usually still help, but it's much better when we are involved early and have a chance to attack the facts underlying the order of protection, not dealing with a violation later on. If you like this video, check out some more of my content or visit my website. Plus, if you or someone you know is facing charges like an order of protection or a violation of order of protection, we can definitely help defend you against the law. Don't try to take on the system alone. Contact us to schedule a strategy session with one of our attorneys, and we'll walk you through all your options. I'm Andrew Beasley, and I'm your Tennessee criminal defense lawyer.